the basics. We both know what we want, let's just keep it simple. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. We dance on the same wavelength. This feels like a new beginning. We both know what we want, let's just keep it simple. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So won't you let me trip, trip, trip with you? Leading and follow, leave us till tomorrow. So won't you let me trip, trip, trip with you? Leading and follow, leave us till tomorrow. So won't you let me? So won't you let me? So won't you let me? I dream that if I can hold you close, you can feel me in the dark. Let me run away through the night. Let us leave the world behind. Give in, keep yourself thinking. Tonight, let go and start dreaming. I was feeling down low, you just brought me straight up. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, we're higher than the ceiling. I'm feeling everything is spinning. I was feeling down low, you just brought me straight up. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So won't you let me trip, trip, trip with you? Leading and follow, leave us till tomorrow. So won't you let me trip, trip, trip with you? Leading and follow, leave us till tomorrow. So won't you let me? 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 There's no need to complicate things. Let's stick to the basics. We both know what we want, let's just keep it simple. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. We dance on the same wavelength. This feels like a new beginning. We both know what we want, let's just keep it simple. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So won't you let me trip, trip, trip with you? Leading and follow, leave us till tomorrow. So won't you let me trip, trip, trip with you? Leading and follow, leave us till tomorrow. So won't you let me? So won't you let me? So won't you let me? I dream that if I can hold you close, you can feel me in the dark. Let me run away through the night. Let us leave the world behind. Give in, keep yourself thinking. Tonight, let go and start dreaming. I was feeling down low, you just brought me straight up. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, we're higher than the ceiling. I'm feeling everything is spinning. I was feeling down low, you just brought me straight up. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So won't you let me trip, trip, trip with you? Leading and follow, leave us till tomorrow. So won't you let me trip, trip, trip with you? Leading and follow, leave us till tomorrow. So won't you let me? So won't you let me?
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of AJAWI TV, where we discuss architectural and construction related topics. I'm your host. Yes, I'm your host. I'm AJAWI. Alright guys, so today we'll be speaking about a topic I believe is touchy. Right? I believe it's a touchy topic. It's about, or it's around deportation as a Jamaican living in a foreign country. Right? So here's the thing. The other day, as recent as 2021, so no, as early as 2020, right? You had a situation where, or it's still going on, where a lot of Jamaicans are being deported after living in foreign land for a long time, right? And as long as since they were children, or since they were a child, right? So that's what we'll be discussing today. Imagine if you're living in a foreign land for years and all of a sudden you're given deportation notice and you're expected to leave that country and return to Jamaica, right? Return to a Jamaica and live in couple of days, right? That's what we'll be discussing today. Right, before we get into that, I did indicate to you guys that we are going to have somebody come on today to speak to us about insurance, right? I wanted somebody to come and speak to us in relation to insurance, but unfortunately, that never worked out, right? The person said they gave a little reason why they're not able to make it today, so I do apologize for that. It's always difficult to tie down time with people because they have their own thing going on and we have our own thing going on, so I want you to bear with me as it relates to that. All right guys, so let's get into this. All right, so the other day there's an article, right, in relation to the UK actually deporting Jamaicans who live or who left Jamaica to go to the UK from they were a child, right? And the situation was that they are being deported and expected to leave the country within days. They were a child, they are now grown, and they have children now in the UK who are UK residents. However, I don't know how it goes, but I think back in those days it was called the wind rush, right? Claudette, Christian, big up yourself, welcome. Yeah, it was the wind rush where a lot of Jamaicans were asked to migrate to the UK to actually rebuild, and now as recent as a couple months ago or a year ago, they were asked to really leave the UK and they have to come back to Jamaica, right? Now, the issue with that is they don't have any ties with Jamaica other than that they are Jamaicans. As in, they have not been back to Jamaica. Them probably don't visit. Them not know anybody in Jamaica that they could possibly go to. They don't have any house. They don't have any place that they could possibly stay if they were to return to Jamaica. Now that's a problem in my eyes, right? That's a problem in my eyes because where do you go? Where do you go if you are deported from foreign land and asked to return to your homeland? The thing is this. I believe that Seedley Henry, big up yourself, welcome. I believe that as a Jamaican living in a foreign land, I believe that you should always have an exit plan, right? That's my belief. If I'm leaving my homeland, going to another person's land, another person's homeland, and I'm going to be integrated into that society, and I'm now calling their home, I should have a exit plan, right? I believe a lot of Jamaicans leave Jamaica, go to another country, develop that country, invest in that country, pay taxes in that country, and at the end of the day, they are now in a situation where they are deported back to Jamaica, only to come back and live in a condition that they are not accustomed to, based on their integration into that society, right? So I believe it's a topic, or it's something that you should look at the end of the day, or even before you leave Jamaica, right? Where do you buy your house? And where do you save? Where do you invest? Right? I think, no, I can be wrong. Don't get me wrong, I can be wrong. I am just thinking about it from a design perspective, from an architectural perspective, and from a construction perspective, right? And investment, of course. It's all about, what you do with what you get, right? At the end of the day. So let me know in the chat, what do you think a young person leaving Jamaica, what do you think their exit plan should be when they're going overseas to hustle, to make the bread, and return to Jamaica? Tell me what you think. This is what I believe. I believe that Jamaicans don't leave Jamaica because of crime. Jamaicans don't leave Jamaica because of crime. It is a myth, I believe. I think it's a misunderstanding. It's a misconception. Jamaicans do not leave Jamaica because of crime, right? So a lot of people will say, I'm not going to invest in Jamaica because there's crime. That's not a good reason not to invest in your home country. That's not a good reason to not build in your home country. Here's the reason why. When you go to a foreign land, especially the big A, it's a united country according to them. I'm not bashing them or anything. It's just putting it out there. They say it's a united country, right? When you go to those countries, you are now in a situation where you face discrimination, you face racism, all kind of isms, right? And in Jamaica, well, in those countries there are crimes, right? Look at the size of it, look at the size of those countries, and you will realize that, hey, even though it seems like Jamaica is this crime-ridden country, yes, there are crimes here, but in those countries there are also crimes being committed, and sometimes those are way more, graphic than those that are in Jamaica, right? So see, they saying every person, and I mean every person should invest back in their homeland. This is not our home. Exactly. So most people say, hey, I'm not going back to Jamaica because there's crime going on, right? Silly, I agree with you 150%, right? You're going to a country, there are crimes there. There are crimes being committed, right? And there are discriminations that is visible, right? Now, discrimination does happen in Jamaica, but it's not racism. It's more of classism, or can we say bad mindism? Bad mindism, right? Hold on, guys. Today is Sunday, right? Today is Sunday. Make sure so now hit the like button. I know you're not from morning yet. I'm not I'm not somebody that eats early, so I got have a little snack while me I want to hold a vibe. Now, what am I snacking on? Right? What am I snacking on? I'm going to be snacking on, I'm call it sardine and crackers. See? While me on all a vibe. Sardine and crackers, guys. Chairs and benches. So, the thing is this. You leave Jamaica, you go to another country, there is crime there, there's discrimination there, and you're more likely to experience discrimination in that country. So, you never really leave Jamaica because of crime. What most people do, or what the reason why most people leave, is because of opportunity and money. At the end of the day, is money. Jamaicans leave Jamaica because of money. They want to go other country, go make some money, and possibly come back to Jamaica, come build, and put themselves in a position where they can survive, where they can live, right? The thing with Jamaica is this. You will be working a long time and you may not be seeing the results of your labor because of the mindset on the, if you're my friend, then you have to give me that half price type situation, or they don't value your work as much as you do, or as much as the amount of investment you make in order to be able to do that work, right? So I don't believe Jamaicans leave Jamaica because there's crime. Most people leave Jamaica because money. They want to make some money to put themselves in a situation where they can live well in Jamaica. If you agree with that, hit the like and comment down below. I can be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right? If I'm wrong, let me know. Tell me. I like that plan. Spend less than you make and save / invest the difference. Right? Same plan for everyone. I agree with you 100%. Most of us go to another country. We live way above our means, or we are trying to impress, while at the same time we're not investing, right? Personally, I believe if you're a youngster, if you're somebody old, if you're middle age, and you are leaving Jamaica to go to another country, have a plan that looks at you investing. If it's even $100 per month. Not saying if you put it so low, but that's just my view on it, right? So comment and let me know what you think, right? Now, the fact that Jamaicans do not leave Jamaica because of crime, does it mean that crime is not here in Jamaica? No, that's not the case. Especially when it comes down to construction. Remember, this channel is about architecture and construction. You building your home, right? And I hope that my opinion will help you to think. That's always what I try to do. Help people to think a little and to put themselves in a position where they can build that dream home. Sometimes that dream home is in their mind, or in the person's mind, so big that when they are in another country building that, they end up not coming home to it, because they're building this big mansion, building way above your means, and not thinking about it from an investment perspective. Your home should be an investment. The fact of the matter is this: when you're in a foreign land, if you're going to be buying a house and you're buying this big mansion, why not look at it as, okay, look at it like monopoly, right? Look at it from the perspective of monopoly. Monopoly is like this. In monopoly, you buy houses, or the small little red house. No, a red house. You have some small houses, and then you buy up a few of that. If you buy 3, then you can get the opportunity to buy a big house, or you exchange it for a big house, right? and you continue that process until you own a couple of properties. That's always my view on it. Start small, build, and get bigger, right? And always have your exit plan, right? So in the situation where a lot of Jamaicans were deported back to Jamaica, you find that most of them, well, a lot of them, a large amount of them, or a large percent of them, right? They don't know anybody here in Jamaica, and they come back and they are now in a situation where they have nowhere to stay, right? They don't have anywhere to stay. They don't know any family member, and they have been overseas for a long time, right? I even hear popular people talking about it to say, hey, you go a foreign land, go buy, and you never dare think about yard, right? You never dare think about yard, and now you get deported and you're bad, right? Because all of your investment was focused on that land. Now, if it is that you have no intentions to return to Jamaica, that's okay. Everybody has their dream, everybody has their desire for their life. But from my perspective, I'm thinking of it like, if it's even a vacation home, right? Buy it and rent it. If it's even that. So you now come back to Jamaica and you just in case them say, you know what, you have to go back a yard, you know. Or them say, yo, them are gonna deport you. Put yourself in a position where you are investing and you have at least a little vacation home where it's a two-bedroom house, well maintained, well landscaped, you know, well kept. And you can possibly visit every year or so. You come down on vacation. Trust me, a lot of foreigners come here on vacation. Jamaica is a destination that a lot of people want to go to, right? Because it's beautiful, right? And if you don't experience it, or if you have not experienced it, you should start. So yeah, come back to Jamaica, come back on a vacation, go on the North Coast, go on the West Coast, you know, experience Jamaica, because the narrative of news is to give you controversy, right? Controversy. So you are going to always see the negatives in the news, but a lot of people are coming here, they're experiencing Jamaica, they're seeing the different things that are in Jamaica, they're seeing the landscape, they're seeing the activities that you can do, and they are now interested in investing in Jamaica. While our people, Jamaicans who born in Jamaica, oh, before we go even further in another video, our brother, one of our brother, one of our brother got in an accident this week or last week, right? Rice Scott, I just want to big you up. He's now out of the hospital, thank God for that, right? We really appreciate everybody who prayed for our brother, everybody who showed their support by, you know, sending their little note on the channel to big him up and to big up the family. So I just want to say to the Scott's family, we really appreciate you, all right? And we're still praying for you. I hope that you guys are doing well and you're recovering well and everything good. And we just want to say we love you guys, right? A lot of us don't say it, you know, until people gone, you know. So we just want to make sure we say it to you now that you're healthy and hearty and, you know, everything are going good. We love you guys. Stay safe, guys, right? Stay safe always, right? And big up yourself. So Ricey, big up yourself. And all of the guys that are, let me even look in the chat. Claudette, big up yourself. Janels, I hope I'm pronouncing that big up yourself. Check reality, big up yourself. Who else me not see there? What's up for the rest of guys? What's up for the regulars? Right? I want to big you up, guys. So make sure you join the chat. Make sure you join the chat. Yeah, and thank you guys for showing support to the Scott family, right? Gigi, I haven't seen Gigi. What's up with Gigi? I haven't seen her in a while. Big up yourself, Gigi, if you're watching, if you're out there. You know, so we love you same way, right? We love you. Guys, I changed the time of the live, so maybe that's the reason, right? Because everybody is expecting it to be at 7 o'clock, and this is the time that I have it, right? All right. So back to the topic. Yeah, every citizen. So check reality. I'm a citizen here, but from day one, I always have an exit plan. Bless up. See? So if you're going to another man's land, make sure you have your exit plan, right? Now, as it relates to investment and buying property or building or buying a house in Jamaica, one plan that you can have is this. When you're leaving from day one, or even now, if you don't have it now, I would suggest, first of all, let me give a disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I can't advise you on your finances. I can only make recommendations based on what I see, right, and what I think could work, but consult with your financial advisor. Talk to your bank. Let them know what your intentions are and have them advise you. With that said, this is it. I believe that if you're leaving Jamaica, you should have an exit plan. Now, I know people who will leave Jamaica, right? And then say, you know what? I'm going to open an account, and every single month, as long as I'm in this country, I'm going to save $100 in that account, right? I'm going to save $100. I would advise that this is an investment account, so that once you have that money there, it's not being depleted by interest and bank charges. So if you have Shalom Cameroon, big up yourself. So if you are looking at doing a savings account or a bank account, and you leave Jamaica and you have money in that account, best believe you're not gonna come back and see no money in that account. Right? So because the bank charges and the fees and all of that, and the interest rate are going to deplete that to zero or less than zero. Right? So don't even think about savings account or a bank account. Think about an investment account, right? That's my view. Now, if you're leaving and going over there, you're supposed to be thinking, all right, every single month I'm here, I'm going to put away $100 in an investment account in Jamaica, right? And that money is supposed to maybe take care of your design charges, maybe take care of some of the expenses that you would incur initially once you're starting construction, right? And you may increase it as you go along, but at least from the get-go, you have the intentions of sending back a little money in an account that you can utilize as an investment, right? And utilize to actually do or build the house, right? A lot of people do not do this, and it ends up in a situation where when they're coming back to Jamaica, it is at that time that they're thinking about this, right? So they want to come back to Jamaica, they have it in their intention that they might go overseas, go live, and them end up in a position where them not the money, and they're going to now want design charges, and they're going to want designs to be done for them or construction to be done for them, and they're going to look at the cheapest option available to them, right? And they want really the most expensive product. So you want the cheapest option or the cheapest solution, but you want that solution to be the most expensive end product. It doesn't work that way. So my view is that when you're leaving Jamaica, you should be thinking, okay, I'm going here, even though I don't necessarily think I'm possibly going to come back to Jamaica. Maybe that's the case. I am going to have an investment situation happening where I'm investing at least $100 every month while I'm here, right? While I'm here. Now, in 1 year, that's $1,200, $1,200 plus the interest that you would have gotten on it, which is compounded. And at the end of the day, you'd have something that you can say, okay, my designer ready for design my house, or I'm ready to buy a piece of land. I have that little piece of money there in Jamaica on an investment account. Let me utilize that for now before I start sending back money to do anything, right? That puts you in a better position. That's my belief. Tell me if you think what I'm thinking is nonsense, right? Tell me. I am always open to criticism, right? As long as it is respectful, right? So again, guys, cheers and benches. Sunday, and may I have a little snack, right? Alright, so I make some notes. So if you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at, right? Alright, so you have that account set up. In your mind, I believe you should be thinking about, okay, me in Jamaica, me in a foreign land, not my homeland, right? Not my homeland. How do I buy or build the dream house in Jamaica? If I'm coming back to Jamaica, what's my plan for coming back to Jamaica? A lot of people don't have that. Most people them say, them over there, them don't have an exit plan from over there, you know. And they don't have a return plan for Jamaica. When them come back to Jamaica, possibly them go, well, them go probably come back in a big house. They don't have a plan to say, alright, maybe I'm going to have to get a job in Jamaica once I come back. That's an option. Or maybe I'm going to start a business. That's an option. Or maybe if I'm investing from there and I come back to Jamaica, maybe I put myself in a position where I have passive income, right? You can put yourself in that position only if you have an exit plan. A lot of these people that come back to big houses or build big houses, and they come back and them can't pay the light bill for 3 years, or them can't maintain that lifestyle, because it's one thing to buy and build something, but it's another thing to own it, right? It's another thing to own it. So you decide say you're gonna build a big mansion, a couple hundred rooms and so. You see, most of the times people end up selling these things, selling these houses, because they run out of money, because they cannot maintain that type of lifestyle. Are you thinking about the owning? How do you own that property and live, right? You should be thinking about that. It's one thing to design a big house. A lot of people come to me and they want the largest house, right? 8 bedroom. Every bedroom must have a bathroom. Every bathroom have a tub in it. They want a garage. They want a dance area. They want a theater. They want an entertainment area. All of these things, but they do not look at it from the perspective of, how do I maintain this? And if I cannot pay the designer to do it initially, how am I going to maintain it in the long run? right? Think about these things, right? So racism and marginalization alone should teach us to invest into our homeland. After being educated abroad, we can contribute to the education system at home, which will help to lower the crime rate. Sidley, I agree. Right? I agree. So Chris Matt, having an investment account is smart, but I would keep it in US dollars. Yeah. It kind of tricky in that sense. You don't want your, well, again, consult with a financial advisor, but you're not supposed to keep all of your assets in one area. So one portfolio shouldn't be all US. Right? It shouldn't be all US. You can have a portion of it in US dollars, and then another portion in Jamaica, and maybe another currency. But it's all about what you're doing, what's the vehicle. So yes, it may be US dollars, but the particular vehicle or investment vehicle that you're using may not be offered in US dollars, but you still need that vehicle to move, right? And again, I'm more looking at it from architectural and construction perspective, right? So you say you want to build that big house, right? You can look at it from the monopoly effect, as I said before. In order to get passive income, right? Now, you want the big house, you can look at it and say, all right, let me buy the first house, right? Say maybe after a couple of years you save or you invested your money and you're now looking at coming back and you say, all right, I can buy the first house, I can buy one little house, maybe a 2-bedroom house in a gated community, right? If it was me, I would say, all right, let me have that one little house, do little landscaping, maybe add in a little pool, some nice finishes, and then put that to Airbnb, right? Or maybe rent it to somebody and then manage it, right? Have a management system in place, because in Jamaica, maintenance of houses is not popular, right? A lot of people have houses and it just run down. You have to manage it. So maybe when you're leaving, you have to say to yourself, say, yo, say at the end of the day, I want to invest my money. I go to a foreign land, figure working at the foreign land and work till me dead. And that's it. You're going there to really work to improve your life, right? Lifestyle. If you're coming back, then you should look at it as, okay, I'm going to own a couple of properties, renovate them, bring them up to standard, and then rent them and have a couple of houses to then build your big house, right? When you build a big house, then your investment still pay for that, so you still live free, right? Oh, thank you, Yvonne. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Thank you again. Right? That's along the line where you should be thinking. So that when you come back and you actually build a house, that you can actually, maintain it. All right? That's my view on that. Now, if you leave Jamaica and you're now buying houses in another land, right? Buying houses in build a house in another land, and you're living from paycheck to paycheck. Because I know somebody who is in such a situation, right? They're living paycheck to paycheck and they're complaining about, hey, you know, it's rough on them, and they're not even considering sitting down, doing a budget, and then living according to that budget, right? And they want to step up, as in be successful and move forward with them life, right? Don't put yourself in a position where you spend everything abroad and then you come back a yard with nothing in your hand. Nothing at all. Even if you don't have the intentions to invest in a liquor house. Why do I think that is this? A lot of investors are coming to Jamaica to invest in Jamaica, and they're buying up houses, right? Because they're seeing where Jamaica is heading. It's very important that you can look ahead, right? Look ahead and see the trend, see what's happening. The what do you call it? Trans-Caribbean hub or something like shipment hub. The shipment hub. They're working on that, right? The infrastructure in Jamaica is being upgraded. The skyline of the city, skyline of Jamaica, meaning the edge of the city, you're now seeing high rises are going up. Tourism is really, growing. I believe, this is my personal belief. My personal belief is this: Jamaica looks like the next Singapore. That's what I believe. I love Jamaica. Maybe that's why I'm seeing it like that. But based on where the country is headed, that's what I see, right? And a lot of these investors are seeing that, and as such, they themselves are buying up lands in Jamaica, and they're doing Airbnbs, right? Why would a company, a business come to Jamaica, right? Why would a business come to Jamaica, build a hotel, right? Build a hotel, set up casino, invest in road network, if they believe that they're not going to be profitable? Why? Right? Why would they do that? But at the same time, our Jamaicans are looking at, okay, I need to jump ship because too much crime and violence and government this and government that. But at the same time, there are people, just one Jamaican leave and two foreigner is coming in, right? Two foreigners are coming in, right? Why? That's simply because they see the value that you are not seeing. And even if you're going overseas to say, okay, you're not coming back to Jamaica, at least have a vacation home where you can come back to and be comfortable, so that in the worst case scenario, worst case, you at least have a 1-2 bedroom or a 1 bedroom on the north coast, or in one of them gated communities where you can come back and be comfortable and know, say, yo, this is mine, right? It's not difficult. When you send back $100, that's $100 multiplied by $150, right? So there's a little weight there, and if you're doing that every single month, regardless of your situation, right, it does add up, and compounding effect is real. All right, that's what I believe. If I'm wrong, please tell me. Let's see. I am completely completing building a 2-family rental. Can you speak to how someone overseas can deal with managing the rental in Jamaica? I like that. I like that question. How do you manage the rent in Jamaica? You can set up a business. A lot of Jamaicans they're coming back to businesses or to come work with people. You can set up a business, right? You can set up a business to manage the rental. You can employ a one person that goes to these properties, inspect it every month or every 6 months. They go to the properties, inspect it, provide you with a report. This is just an idea, right? Provide you with a report, and you pay them, right? But when they provide you with that report, if there are anything that needs to be changed, they get somebody to make the change, and you pay them, right? So you're maintaining that. And also you have to look at it as, okay, you're not here, how do I have somebody that I can rely on? Create a business for that, right? Create a business for that, and have all of your rentals being maintained that way. So if it is that the rent is not being turned over, then you have somebody here who you are paying, they answer to you. You can then, send that person to say, hey, building number 3, this is what is happening for building number 3, please do some checks, right? Or even call AJAWI to go inspect for you. Right? We do building inspection, we do drone surveys of the property, so at the end of the day you know what's happening to your property, right? So it's not a mammoth task to do. I believe it's very simple if you are patient and if you are smart about it, right? If you're smart about it. Dion Show, big up yourself. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Right? So if you're looking to come back to Jamaica, or even if you're not, my belief is set up a business, have your rental property going, maintain it. Maybe you have a couple of, even with rental as it relates to like Airbnb is a decent business to be in, right? If you look at it from a truly business perspective. Acknowledge your shortcomings whenever you are doing these types of things, right? One of the thing about me is this: if I don't know about something, I don't pretend that I know it. So therefore, I'm going to go seek help to do it, right? So even with my design, I can do engineering drawings, right? Because I have 2 years plus experience in an engineer's office learning. But I'm not the best engineer because I'm not an engineer. So what would I do? I would go and find somebody who does that and then have them do it for me. Same thing for you. You are not a property manager, right? You can't manage property. That doesn't mean you can't employ somebody to do it for you, give you the relevant information so that you can check, and then you move forward, right? So you have a plan in place. Sit down, write it down, and do it. Too many times people come to me and they're like, AJAWI, I want you to design a house for me, but I don't want you to charge me too much, or I don't want you kill me with the price. But the price is the price. And the fact that you believe that I'm your friend means that you're not supposed to be asking me for a discount. When somebody's a friend, alright, this is how I look at it. If you as my friend went somewhere else, you're going to have to pay for it full price, right? You coming to me as a friend, you're supposed to acknowledge my time and investment and all of that and say, hey, Dre, or AJAWI, say, if me did go over this, I need to pay full price, with you, don't charge me less than you're supposed to, because you already planned for it, right? If you're leaving Jamaica and say you want to design your house, put on $100 no man. By the time you're ready for design your house, whatever size that be, I'm sure no say not going to be more than what you save over a couple of years. If I even want every month, you say you're going to put away $50 every week, at $200 for the month, right? And let us 212 24, right? $24,400, right? That's 1 year. If you are saving that $200 for the 2 years that you're there, that's $4,800 that can possibly pay for your design costs, right? Possibly pay for it. So at the end of the day, you already save your design costs, because you are professional fees, because you know that the aim for me to leave is not, the aim for me to go away to a foreign land is not because Jamaica is such a horrible place that me no want to live here no more. It's not because of that. You're going away because you want some money in your hand, and you believe, say, when me go to other foreign land, yeah, me go get a job, because there are more job opportunities, and I'm going to come back to my country with the money that when me I save up, when me I work, and come back to Jamaica, right? That's the reality of it. If you believe otherwise, if you believe in yourself, say, yeah, leave Jamaica because of crime, you're delusional. That's my belief. Sorry if I offend you, but that's just my belief. If you're saying that, you're lying to yourself. It's not because of that, right? Jamaica, when you walk out of when you walk a road of Jamaica, you're not thinking about a police officer pulling you over just because you're black. You're not doing that. You're not worried to say how me gonna talk to the police officer if me get pulled over. You're not doing that. When you're there in Jamaica and a police officer pull you over, what you gotta think about is, boy, I wonder what you want from me, you know. That's possibly the situation. I probably a thing say, yo, I want that thing from me, you know. Right? That's possibly the situation. I'm not saying that every situation is that, but I'm just saying, right? That's what you're thinking, but you're not thinking, boy, that man is gonna shoot me and become a black. That's not what you're thinking. Now, will you live in a country for the rest of your life where you have to live in that fear that one day your son, your daughter, your niece, your nephew going to have to deal with such a situation, right? When Jamaica did it, you can invest in Jamaica and you can come back and live a decent life and not have to worry about that. Think about it. The problem at the end of the day is not crime. That's what I believe. And even if God forbid something was to happen tomorrow and it is crime related, it does happen in other countries, right? Anyways guys, I've given you close to an hour, so I want to say thank you for joining me, right? The problem I have with investing back in Jamaica is overcoming the first thing you mentioned, finding someone you trust. I can't even trust family. Unfortunately, it's sad. It's a sad situation. I agree with you, but I believe the reason why most people have that happening to them is because they don't set boundaries. There are no boundaries to them. So I believe that you need to set a couple boundaries and know that, hey, these are my boundaries. This is what's supposed to happen. If this boundary is violated, then this is what I'm going to do. Because if you don't have boundaries, there are going to be expectations. People are going to take step of you, and that's what mostly happens, right? People, build somewhere and you don't want to pay for it, so you rely on family or people who are not professionals, and even if you're relying on the professionals, in some cases you don't do your vetting and stuff like that, and it ends up in a situation where you get you get ripped off, right? You get ripped off. Let's see, Damji, you just called my current plan AJAWI. I'm saving 500 plus a month doing Gigi, I don't know what gig jobs towards my goal for property ownership on the North Coast. Might need your design help in the future. I know that. I like that, man. Yeah. I'm always here. I'm happy to help. Right, I'm happy to help. Um, yeah. Thank you for all that. I'll take your advice seriously. It makes sense. I really appreciate that. Remember, hit the like button, share with somebody so that they can get the same information that you're getting. All right. Most of the times, guys, the reason why you cannot find people who you can trust is because you may not want to spend money, right? Or you want to get it cheap, so you gotta rely upon family. Up to 2 weeks ago, I went to look at a property for somebody. Just go there, unbiased review, and I just go there, look at what is there. I also looked at how do you develop this property? What are the potentials? What are the negatives and positives of this property? An unbiased view given to you for you to make your decision. It has nothing to do with me. It will not benefit me in any way, shape, or form for me to give them a view otherwise than an unbiased one. Right? So that's how you put yourself in a position where you can trust somebody. Look at engaging somebody that they're giving you their unbiased feedback, and you can then take it from there. Right? With that said, I want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing the video. If you're new to the channel, please remember, hit the subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I make videos just like this one. Also, you can sign up for our newsletter, right? That's how I was able to send out emails to let everybody know that, hey, our brother Rice is in an accident and he is in a situation where we need to support him, send up our prayers for him. So join that group, join that, and stay connected with us at all times. If it is that something is happening with you, let us know. We're here to support you. Everybody who is a part of this channel, I believe, is a family, right? A family. And just as how much I would want your support for my business and my activities, I want to be able to support you. And the only way that I can do that is if you stay in touch. All right? So see you next time, guys. Big up, cheers, and benches. See you later.
There's no need to complicate things. Let's stick to the basics.